Hi, I'm IKEA, and I'm going to give you a build overview of a full red OD. And loaded-wise, that looks like this. We're going with 4 pieces of OD, including the chest, but avoiding the backpack. So for the backpack slot here, we're definitely going with something else, in this case, a Vigilance chest backpack. Together with that, we're pairing it with a Coyote. We could actually make other choices. We definitely want to keep the backpack slot either exotic or high-end, but the other slots we can actually move around, as we'll see in a second. And of course, what OD allows us to do is to have a sadist weapon and actually make full use of it. So we're pairing it here with the Carnage, and of course, we're giving a team buff out to our allies. And on this build picture, which will be linked in the comments and in the description, we can see that it's all set up to be crit chances and crit damages. We're trying to reach this just above 50. We're doing that here with one crit chance mod being around here in the chest, but of course the position doesn't matter. That is the only extra crit chance that we take over everything else where we do put crit damage. That is though with a Carnage here, which has a crit chance third stat, which is generally the better choice. And we're pairing that as well with it having 2 crit damage mods and 1 crit chance mod. That way we are landing on this 50.5 and 161 crit damage. That works out really well. The Carnage, of course, being the named perfect sadist, works really well with this build where we basically have infinite bleed rounds to go around as long as we are getting those kills. And it is really the top pick and nothing really competes with it. So I'm definitely going with that. We're pairing that here as well with the Iron Lung as a secondary. That can be a really good choice to start off with because that can, with its fire, start the chain basically. We could also go with some skills to do the same, which is either taking Jammer Pulse, a foam, or Blinded Firefly all work really well for in this. And then we're pairing that, as this is a full red build, basically, we're going with a Revive Hive as well. We can see as well some alternate choices we could go with. OD actually works really well with rifles, although rifles don't have the potency that the Carnage really has. We can also go with a Scorpio to start the chain instead of the Iron Lung, and of course the Scorpio can stun lock stuff. What we have there as well is an alternate setup where we can go with the Contractors and then an OD Mask instead. That, of course, if there are too many Coyotes already in the team, where this build is definitely made, for instance, for countdowns and such, where it works really, really well, then if there are already that, this is the alternate setup I would go with. But of course, you could also just go with another Grupo piece, or if you're going with rifles, going with the Fox's Prayer. An OD as a setup is well worth having. It can buff 7 teammates, especially in countdown, or even 3 just running around. By keeping its own damage up, it can be very formidable that way. This is my preferred way to run it, with it being all set up for damage. There is already a build showcase on my channel. It is a little bit outdated in its layout, of course, as the changes to the chest have been made this season. But the gameplay still stands. Just keep in mind that, yeah, the layout did change a little.